John, thanks for talking to us. Now, would it be fair to say that you are Tasmania's preeminent stage performer, stand-up comedian, professional MC, and multimedia personality? um, fair. Mm, yeah, probably fair, but I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I wouldn't say that. I do all those things and a lot more. Yes, it's one of the nature of growing up, I guess, in Tasmania and deciding to stay here. So you have to do a lot of different things in the industry to sort of earn a living and pay for kids' schooling and pay the bills and stuff. So yes, I do all those things, but I probably wouldn't credit myself like that or let people introduce me like that. But you can say what you like. So what shows are you currently working on or are going to appear in soon? At the moment, I've got a new, just been working on a new Australian musical I've never seen before. They want us to do it down here in Tassie, so it's off the radar a bit. That's called The Audition. Doing that, and then working on a big musical for 2026 in Hobart called And Juliet, which will be on in March, I think, of about 2026. I've got Botanical Gardens show, Shakespeare in the Gardens, and coming up in January. And before that, there's the Lizard of Oz, which is the Big Monkey Theatre family show that's on. And amongst all that is a whole bunch of singing gigs and hosting dinners and charity dinners and stuff like that. So in these interviews that you've been doing with Daniel's clients, what are some of the more common themes or comments that you've heard? Yeah, I guess, yeah, there was. I would say probably the strongest thing that has come out so far is this incredible loyalty that clients feel to Danny, but not only that, the loyalty they feel from him. A lot of them credit, I guess, the success of their businesses starting or their businesses continuing or their work continuing to his guidance and his assistance. That was a very strong thing. The loyalty, basically, from both sides. I mean, yeah, they spoke very surprisingly, very highly of Daniel Rands and his team, which was great to hear, I guess. And the other common thing that came out of it was they're all fully aware that he is a Collingwood supporter, and yet because of how good he is, they seem to put that aside and continue to be a client of his. So I guess that's a credit to his skill at his work, regardless of the fact that he goes for one of the most hated football clubs in the history of AFL. Okay, so how has Daniel then and his team assisted you and your business over the years? Well, I was introduced to Daniel decades ago, 20 plus years ago, I would say, at least, through my wife. He was doing her accounts or tax or whatever, and we thought we should probably have the same accountant, I guess. She wasn't my wife then either. But yeah, so that's how and of course, he helps me in the fact that I'm in this funny business of theatre and performing and live entertainment where there are, as far as like taxable income goes and things you can claim and stuff like that, it's quite different. There are a lot of things I can claim that the average person who goes to work can't, and some pretty strange things, I guess, as well for things that I need to do my job. So, and I'm completely a numpty at all that sort of stuff, and because I'm an actor, I'm not so I don't pretend to to know what I'm doing. A bit like Daniel on stage, I guess, if you stuck him on stage. So we're the complete opposite. So yeah, I rely on him and his team, and they've been great in keeping the tax man away from the front door, I guess, or keeping me out of jail. Yeah, so they do all that stuff, and then it's a nightmare. And I don't do much to help them. I collate everything together, and the poor team get this massive folder every sort of 3 months to do my BAS, and in that's also my annual tax stuff, and they do what they do and scan it and copy it, and I get it all back, but and then they do all the maths and put in the returns. So it's been invaluable. Because I don't have to worry about it. I completely trust Daniel and his team, so I don't have to worry about that stuff. I just, as long as I get the stuff in and collect all my paperwork and send it in or put it on zero, and they've got me on zero, which is amazing, so they'll train you on that. So yeah, so that, I guess that's what he does. That's what he does for me, and it's great. It's just that peace of mind that I have, that part of my life that I don't really want to think about much is taken care of.